Yeah. With Sam, Philistine, drowning the sounds and screams of the crowd. Yeah.
Tell me, when will you raise your hands for me? Why have my peeps abandoned me? I live at home as a refugee.
Can you believe?
Tell me, where is the army Muslim me? Where is the faithful rescue me? Where's the Imam?
To those who roll in cars and garden grows from demands. Love from your brothers, we give a strive for your fam. Plus, every mother that's lost a child like a man humps. Stop their mothers, don't ever cry for us, man, trust. Listen, we live and die for Islam, cuz spilling our blood but we're willing to fight back. Visions are killing, I'm feeling your scream.
What do you think of the media side? Do you think that one exists? You know, how do you feel about it?
Media science, well, I think living in America, we all know that, you know, it's kind of understood that the media is definitely biased towards Israel.
They're taking us all out, we're having a crawl out. Over the border, we're hearing them call out.
Tell me, when will you raise your hands for me? Why have my peeps abandoned me? I live at home as a refugee. Tell me, where is the army?
There's a lot of prominent Israelis or Jewish media members that, you know, they have roots to Israel. So obviously, if you have roots in that area, you're gonna probably favor your side. So, you know, that's something that's gonna take time to change because there's so many well-established Israeli Americans that have big positions here in America. So, media is definitely biased towards Israel. But, you know, doing things like this, you know, organizations, hopefully we'll get our word out to hopefully equalize that one day.
In arms cause they harming an oxygen. Ring the alarm, armor tanks that leave a bleeding mother's heart. West Bank where the kids are screaming, ya Allah.
Tell me, when will you raise your hands for me? Why have my peeps abandoned me? I live at home as a refugee. Tell me, where is the army Muslim me? Where is the faithful rescue me? Where's the Imam Salahuddin? Tell me, when will you raise your hands for me? Why have my peeps abandoned me? I live at home as a refugee. Tell me, where is the army Muslim me? Where is the faithful rescue me? Where's the Imam Salahuddin?
When are you people gonna tell the people the truth about us? Instead of stop telling them we're terrorists. Who have we bumped? Which individual have we attacked? Now you open our mosque. We're the ones that've been praying on the street. And now you want to violate us again. I'll fight you. That's what you wanted to hear, isn't it? You want me to fight you? I bow this to Allah. And I do not accept you or your authority. I do not accept Tony Blair or Bush. I accept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I do not fear you people. You people are acting on hate. You show no compassion, no mercy, because it's not inside.
Last question. Do you think that our unconditional aid improves or makes worse the relations with the Middle East and the U.S.?
Unconditional aid to Israel? Oh, without a doubt, it worsens because when you have a blank check sent to Israel, you know, every year, and you know, Palestinians continue to suffer in their homeland, and even other, you know, Somalia, other Muslim countries that don't receive nearly as much aid as Israel, which is a wealthy country in itself, which doesn't really need all the, you know, all the assistance that America sends. You know, if you send all that money to Israel, what does that message send to the poorer countries that actually would utilize that money in much better ways than Israel does? You know, majority of that money is used to fund the military. So, you know, F-16s, all the rockets that you guys see on the news, that's where all that money goes. Whereas, you know, that money could be utilized in much better ways if it was sent to, you know, let's say Somalia or you know, African countries that need food to survive. So, without a doubt, that sends the wrong message all around the world.
Murdered and massacred night after night, while the so-called leaders of countries afar debated on who's wrong or right. But they're powerless words were in vain, and the bombs fell down like acid rain. But through the tears and the blood and the pain, you could still hear that voice through the smoky haze. We will not go down in the night without a fight. You can burn up our mosques and our homes and our schools, but our spirit will never die. We will not go down in Gaza tonight. Spirit will never die. We will not go.
I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose.
It's just energy, man.
I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose.
It's electric. I'm caught up in this untouchable mentality. As a man thinking, it becomes his reality. I used to let stress build up until I learned that stress will eat your insides up like worms. See, worry is a cousin of death. Thinking negative, you might as well go ahead and bury yourself. I was taught by the struggles of life to be strong like iron. You got to have the heart of a lion. I've been through my share of this hell, but still I rise. Many days didn't know what to do, but we survived. Every struggle is a test, a lesson. You just gotta figure out how to overcome and catch the blessing. They want us to turn to dope and lose all hope. Spirit broke and confused, but I refuse to lose. Through fear, through pain, through loss, I can't stop, won't stop till we make it to the tip top. This is hip hop.
I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose.
Yo, hey yo, failure ain't an option, it's a death sentence. You can't survive without no food, that ain't no sustenance. Plus when it's crunch time, back on the wall, life on the line. Before you lose your balance and fall, you will find that it's an instinct. Act first and then think. Second law in nature, self-preservation. Move without reservation, no hesitation when it comes to me and mine. Do you come from that designer? Do your compass need alignment? A mercenary, my assignment. Kill or be killed, a center of skill, however you define it. Asa siempre Victoria. Revolutionary propaganda intended to raise warriors. Ain't nothing like this world crisis. The price of life is measured by the lifeless. It's brutal, but I fight this. Supply, demand, inflation rises. We can't afford the rice. It's no food to eat, I know it's hard to digest.
I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose.
Well, you know, America has used excessive bombing, which has lost their causes in insurgencies in Vietnam and in Afghanistan. And they do so sometimes in order to reduce military casualties to keep the public support high for the war. Do you think that indiscriminate bombing has a large part to do with fueling the opposition to the Israeli government in the U.S.?
Let me tell you something in simple terms. About 4 years ago, before the era on the internet and all that communication, you easy to fool people. Tell them what you want and they will listen to you. Now, in the age of internet, 1 second communication with the end of the world, people know you cannot fool them. You tell them, they listen, they go, punch the keyboard, find the truth, and then turn to you and say, shut up.